The political landscape in the United States has been shaken by the sudden passing of a prominent Republican congressman, Doug LaMalfa, whose death has thrown the already razor-thin Republican majority in the U.S. House of Representatives into immediate peril. This development is not just a personal tragedy, but a significant challenge for the Republican Party, forcing them to reevaluate their strategy for upcoming legislative battles and the critical balance of power in Congress. Doug LaMalfa, a 65-year-old lawmaker, had represented a largely rural district in Northern California since 2013. A rice farmer by trade, he was a vocal and respected advocate for agriculture and served as the chairman of a bipartisan congressional group dedicated to the interests of the western U.S. states. His passing leaves a void both in his constituency and within the Republican caucus. The numbers tell a stark story. Before LaMalfa's death, Republicans held a precarious majority of 218 seats to the Democrats' 213. With his seat now vacant, that margin shrinks even further, meaning Republicans can now only afford the absence of a maximum of 2 members during crucial floor votes without risking legislative defeat. This situation demands an unprecedented level of internal coordination and discipline for any measure to pass through the House, making the legislative process even more fraught. Under California state law, a special election is now mandatory to fill the vacant seat. However, details regarding the precise timeline for this election or the procedural steps involved have yet to be released. Until a successor is chosen and sworn in, the seat will remain empty, effectively reducing the Republican faction by 1 crucial vote. This interim period further exacerbates the challenges facing the party, as every vote counts in the tightly contested House. While observers and U.S. media initially assumed that the Republicans would have a strong chance of retaining LaMalfa's seat, which historically leans heavily Republican, recent developments have complicated this outlook. The district underwent a significant redrawing of its boundaries last year, a change orchestrated under the leadership of California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom. This redistricting initiative incorporated areas with a strong Democratic voter base into what was once a reliably Republican stronghold. Governor Newsom's administration reportedly aimed to secure up to 5 new Democratic congressional seats through this redistricting effort, and LaMalfa's former district now stands as a test case for this strategy. The inclusion of these Democratic-leaning areas means that the upcoming special election is far from a guaranteed win for the Republicans, making the outcome highly uncertain and adding immense pressure to the contest. Former President Donald Trump, addressing Republican lawmakers, acknowledged LaMalfa's death during a speech. He paused his remarks on the broader political situation to deliver a eulogy for the departed congressman. Prior to this, Trump had spoken more generally about the inherent instability of majorities and the psychological dynamics at play during so-called midterms, the congressional elections that historically occur midway through a president's 4-year term. He specifically noted that these types of elections are set to take place this year on November 3rd, and that even successful presidencies often see a decline in support during such votes. The death of Doug LaMalfa is more than just a somber event. It is a critical turning point that could reshape the legislative power balance in Washington. The upcoming special election in Northern California will be intensely watched, as its outcome could determine the future viability of the Republican majority in the House and significantly impact the legislative agenda for the remainder of the current term. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. This video was generated using artificial intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates. See you next time.